Welcome to another chapter of Gotham by Night. Tonight, our story takes us to two predators, both creatures of supernatural origin. Both of them have hunts to do this night, but they go about it in different ways. Let us turn our attention first to one William, who is currently on the trace of a supposed Riddler.
The first thing William is going to do after he entered the the shadow plane is he's going to transform into a wolf, and he will go back to the museum and to see if he can find any more traces of he can use to
Okay,
find Riddler.
are you going to spend
Hmm?
an energy to do so?
I can do it at free will.
That's right, you have that.
Exchanging.
I remember. All right, so you shift at free will.
Hmm.
You take on the form of the wolf.
Hmm. And
Roll me your perception check, which is percept prime urge.
mhm.
This
Let's
is
see.
you gain 2 dice. Actually, you gain 2 dice for this. I think in your wolf form.
Yeah. Let's see. Uh, I got two unless tens explode.
I will
Oh,
say in
three.
your
I got three.
I will say in your wolf form they do.
Okay. So
So
exceptional
this
success.
so this is exceptional. You sniff the air, cold breeze blows through. The rain not dampening the smell at all. You return to the museum where previous night's incidents made for some interesting times, and tonight's instances made for even more interesting times. The air is cold, but you pick up a scent. You're not sure if it's the Riddlers or not. You're not sure who it is. In the end, you've never met this man.
Hmm.
However, you do know that there was someone who had to have placed those gas bombs in those vents somehow. So, whoever did, at the very least, you can find them.
Yes.
You start to sniff and you observe more. As you prowl through the night, a hunter on a mission. Nothing bothers you here in the Umbra. You're quiet, you're stealthy. You are born to be one in this area. When you continue to follow along, you start to smell something else in the air. Smell of must, and then blood, and then death. This city is not a stranger to death. You've tracked it a lot. Almost every night you hunt, you smell death in the city. It's part of your mission. It's part of the reason you do what you do. It's the very purpose that your mother gave to you. The city has an overabundance of death, and decay, and rot, and crime. It is your place to help fix that, which is precisely what you are doing now. Your trail inevitably brings you to what all who are great media goers consider the stereotypical rundown warehouse. This is the first time you've explored some of the old city, jumping from rooftop to rooftop in the umbral version of Gotham City. The gray and misty fog that surrounds the city intensified. Sight and sound also works differently here. You jump down, landing without a problem, amongst some piles of some trash that have been laid about. And when you look at the old world and the old city, the spectral energy here is immense compared to what it is in the new world. You continue to follow by scent until eventually your nose leads you to another stereotypical event, an abandoned warehouse. How original. But your prey is not going to escape from you. No walls, no matter how pathetic or how good, will stop you from the hunt once you have gotten the scent. How do you wish to proceed? The warehouse appears to be 2 stories, run down, holes and damage surround the warehouse here and there. All of the windows have either been blown out or replaced by wooden board frames. The door is indeed solid and seems to be shut fairly well. However, that will not be a problem. How do you wish to proceed?
William is going to make sure that he knows every exit of that building at the start. So he's just going to scout the whole perimeter of the building just to make sure that he has an extra strategy just in case it goes really, really bad for him.
Sorry, roll me an intelligence or wits plus survival.
Wow, I failed that. Oof.
You scout the warehouse out. You think you have found all of the exits.
Mhm. After that, William is going to try and find the stealthiest way possible. So through the holes while he's still in the wolf form.
Okay, dexterity plus stealth.
Okay. Uh, 4, no, 3.
Okay, very good. You're quiet. You're a hunter. This is what you live for. These are the moments that you enjoy the most. You can hear the wolf grumble and let out a low growl inside your stomach.
Mm,
You proceed on. You're stealthy. How do you wish to proceed in?
He's gonna stay low and stick to the shadows.
Are you going to go through the door or one of the windows?
The windows.
All right, you leap through the windows, and you can smell others here inside the building. You can
Mm.
smell your target, your prey, upstairs.
How many, let's say, how many scents or heartbeats can I hear in
You
this
hear,
building?
you hear 2. You
Mm,
smell 3.
well, that's odd. He's going to try to find out why that third person or thing isn't, why he can't hear him. just try to scope them out.
Okay, you approach the upstairs. This warehouse is worn and battered. Stairwell is still firm after all these years of not being used, or of not being, well, shall we say, taken care of properly. The walls are crumbling and peeling, but you head on up the stairs, silent. You approach the upstairs where you can hear voices coming from a room off to your left. Long hallways of green wallpaper, now discolored almost to a white. You can smell the must and the old wood of the mold, but it doesn't distract you. You peek into the room, and you can see three people. Men that are in what look like gang garments with green question marks on the back of their jackets.
William is going to activate Feet of Mist just in case they ever find his tracks or anything like that. So he is safe. And what's the other one? Sorry, give me a moment. Running silent, so he can move at full speed even in stealth.
Okay, very nice.
Okay, so he's just going to. Does it look like they're talking to one another?
Yeah, I'll get their conversation. Your ears perk, and you can hear them speak. So, hey, so what do you think the boss wants us to do next? I don't know. He told us to sit here and wait for instructions. Well, I know, but I mean, come on, he's got to have some kind of plan. Can't be cutting us out of the loop. I mean, I enjoy a paycheck as much as the next guy, but come on. Putting all those broadcasts up, that's dangerous stuff, man, especially in these days and age. The third man, tallest, who's standing up and the other two are sitting down, stands up and says, "Quiet. You will do as the boss says." The men both seem to go rigid and, yeah, sure thing, Tim. You got it. That is better. Now then, we sit here and we wait for further instructions.
William is going to make a growl, a silent growl, and stare at the tall man, and he's going to try and isolate them, the three of them. He'll make a noise in another part of the building and in another part, just to isolate all three of them, or try to at least.
Right, so you're going to try and cause a distraction in the room, and okay.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll roll for the other guy. Okay. When you make the distraction, you can hear the voice come down. You two, go check it out. I'll watch the room here. You managed to separate two of them, at least the two from the tall one. You managed to get that down.
Mhm. William is going to follow the two that was sent to look for, to investigate the noise.
The two go to the room just as you planned. They are now in the room that you caused the noise in, separated from their supposed superior.
Uh, he's going to try to lock the room they're in and go back to the like try to break the door or something, like not making much noise, well, as he can possibly do. Just to lock them in, basically.
Might be a very difficult task since these doors are very old.
Ooh, shit.
What exactly would you lock them with either?
Uh, is there what kind of door is it? Like with a knob?
Yeah, these are old-fashioned knob doors.
Mm.
Very old city like, probably around when Gotham was first built, maybe.
Mhm. Is there like a chair or something? Or
Yes, there is a chair nearby.
yeah, he's going to basically put the chair below the doorknob.
Going to prop it. I
Hmm.
see. Well, for these old doors, that won't be much of a stop, but it might at least slow someone
Yeah,
down.
slow it down. And he's gonna go back to the tall guy.
You go back to the room. You see the tall man sitting, looking down at a little fire, so to speak.
Hmm. Is he the one that doesn't that seems dead?
He seems to have no heartbeat.
Mhm. So um,
This one is your prey.
so William, can if I turn into a direwolf, will I fit in the doorway?
Uh, Barely, but yes, you will be able to fit through the doorway. And in all honesty, in your Garu form, doorways aren't exactly a problem for you because you
Mhm.
just go through them.
Yeah. Basically, what William is going to do is going to enter while he's still a wolf, and he's going to stalk inside the room, and then he'll turn into a Urshel, direwolf, and he will do the ability called Weaken the Prey,
All right.
and he's going to basically hit him on the foot, so he can't run, and he'll get negatives.
Right. So you're trying
You
to
get
give
it.
him the condition. So what does
Yeah.
he have to do? Are you just going to make an attack against him for that?
He can't do anything about it. It just happens apparently. Blah blah blah. Once per scene, the Urshel can blah 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 blah. Blah. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a leg rack.
Okay. He is unaware of you.
Yeah.
When you spring forward out of the Umbra, right at him, you crush down on his leg, and it's hard. It's very hard. You've chewed on humans before, you've eaten them. This is like biting down onto solid stone. Nonetheless, you succeed. You give him, he is now suffering under the conditioned leg wrap.
I'm just gonna growl at him for now.
You notice taste in your mouth doesn't taste like blood. It tastes foul and bitter. It's black. And with that, roll initiative. Okay, you will go first.
Hmm. Uh, let's see. I'll transform into Dalu, and I'll spend an essence so I can do that as a rote action, and I'll pick him up or try to, and
So, so you go for a grapple.
mhm.
Uh, Dex plus brawl.
Plus roll.
And yes, you get all your bonuses from your shifted form.
Nice. Uh, 3 successes.
I was muted like an idiot. So you have him grappled. It's now his turn.
Mhm.
He is going to pull out a gun and shoot you, but because you are in Garu form, you get your defense to bullets because bullshit. So, what is your defense, my good sir?
6.
Right. So, even at point blank range, he's rolling 1 dice. He tries to pull out the gun, but in the form of the wolf, in the form of war, speed and strength are insane. Wolves can dodge bullets at this form. He tries to pull out his gun, but you're easily able to position him to where his gun fires and misses. However, you hear a bang come from down the hallway. It appears your 2 captives have broken free.
Okay.
It is your turn.
What would I do if I want to basically break his other foot?
That would be a target, and you would want to apply another thing on him.
Mhm.
So I would say you would roll your dex plus brawl,
Mhm.
or your strength plus brawl, and versus his defense. If he fails, rather than doing damage to him, you would just do a bashing, and you would apply the condition to him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and break his other leg. Basically, I want him alive, so I just want him
Okay,
to not.
his defense is 3.
Okay.
So subtract 3 dice.
1.
Okay, 1 hit. Sure enough, you break his other leg. He doesn't scream out. He doesn't appear to be in any pain whatsoever.
How odd.
Nonetheless, he now has 2 conditions on him.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it on the floor and I'm gonna slink back into the shadows.
Okay. He is going to try and shoot you once again. Only 1 dice. Fail. The other 2 barge into the room. Let me see if they notice you. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, as you're planning to sink back into the shadows and play with your prey more, the 2 goons enter the room, and unfortunately, they see you, and they will get their turn.
Mm-hmm.
However, unbeknownst to them, werewolves gain full defense at range, even against firearms. Wow, one of them actually manages to hit you.
Wow.
They pull out guns and they fire. You manage to avoid 1 shot, but the other one, he leads his shot just right and hits you center mass. Now, he will go ahead and roll damage here.
If I have. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is for melee.
Well, thing is, you soak bashing damage instantly
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, or you can heal from it, I should say.
Yeah. Every
Still
round.
a good thing. So, one, two, three. Roll me your stamina, please.
Okay.
Because this is
1.
okay. You got 1. Okay, so
Mhm.
you'll take Let's see, you're in war form, so I believe it's bashing damage.
I'm in near human form.
Oh, near human form. Okay, so this will be
Yeah.
lethal.
Yeah.
Take 2 lethal.
Okay. Pretty cool. Okay.
Of course, with lethal, you can just spend an essence
Yeah.
to
All
shove
right.
it.
Go
But
into
either
one
way,
form.
he pulls out his gun, fires, hits you center mass. You're not in your war form, but
Mhm.
it's not quite as painful as you would think. Nonetheless,
Mhm.
he got you, and a little bit of blood is coming out, but nothing of the sort. That is their turn. It's back up to the top with you.
I look at the place where he shot me, and then I glare at him, and I turn into a Garu, and I'll spend an essence so I can do another thing. And basically, I'm going to try and rip his head off. I'm gonna
Okay.
go full
Uh,
attack.
and as you do, they both suffer delirium because they're humans. So let me
Oh
roll some
shit!
stuff here.
Or fucking get lunacy.
Okay. What is your primal urge rating?
2.
Okay. I will say, for the sake of brevity, the man that you're not attacking suffers lunacy. The
Mm.
man that you are attacking actually manages to resist and does not suffer lunacy. However, to coin the phrase, in humanity's lifetime, there are a few things that are never forgotten. When mankind was ancient, they were hunted just like they hunt now, except they did not have guns and technology like they do.
Mhm.
It was merely spears, arrows, and rocks versus teeth and claw. The predators of that age had an edge. As a wolf, you have an even greater edge. In typical fashion, this human has forgotten what it means to be afraid. Go ahead and roll me Dex plus Brawl. His defense is 2, so subtract 2.
Uh, 5 successes.
Holy shit. So, as I was saying before, a human versus a wolf without the technological advancements that humankind has developed. Well, let's just say that the human is a bit of a mess.
Mhm.
There is no way for him to soak all this damage. He's toast. How do you want to do this?
I'm basically going to shove my claw or hand into his chest.
You shove your claw into his chest.
Mm.
He looks down as his blood and life start to flow from him. He looks down at your hand and he looks back up at you, utterly horrified.
As he die, I'm going to just look him in the eye and shush him.
Oh, just go shh.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so a bit sadistic, but appropriate for the scene. As he slowly slumps down. Unfortunately, in your time of focus, you have forgotten that even though one of the humans has suffered lunacy and is now writhing on the ground, screaming, singing, and doing things that you would think of a sane person in a mental asylum should be doing, you have forgotten that there is another opponent in the room. And he will strike you in the back. And he gets a hit. You're expecting this. I mean, in the back of your mind, you knew it was there, but you lost focus. It happens sometimes. Nonetheless, it makes you angry. You're a professional. You are the predator. You should not be allowing things to sneak up on you like that. Your subconscious mind braces for the axe, and you feel the bite. But something is wrong. This is not a steel axe that he's hit you with. It's silver.
Oh shit!
Take 3. I'm sorry. Roll. Can you soak this actually? No, you don't have.
I don't think so.
Right. So you don't
Yeah,
have the
that's
arm. Okay.
over.
So 3 aggravated damage
God damn.
as he slams the axe into your back.
Mhm.
You hear a burn and a sting. It hurts like hell. It's your turn.
So who was the guy who hit me? Is it the guy with the broken leg?
Yes.
Okay. William, after being hit with silver, is gonna make a loud howl, and then he's going to try to cut off that guy's arm off.
Once again, you're going to go for a thing. Okay. You will need. His defense is 3, so -3 from the dice pool. You will need at least 2 successes to get this.
Come on, RNG. Is it possible to willpower something in succession, like in?
You can spend a willpower for this.
Okay. 2 successes. So, well, I guess I didn't have to use the willpower for that. 3 successes.
Willpower adds you dice.
Yeah,
doesn't
willpower
it?
adds 3 dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you did get some successes, so go ahead and roll 3 dice. Wow, 2 more hits. Or 3, no, 3 more hits.
yeah, 3. So I got 5.
Yeah, his arm is off.
Mm-hmm.
He is now one-handed, and his legs are bloodied and broken. He tries to run away, but he's not getting very far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him.
As you watch this lump of a form now with almost no legs and no arm start to crawl along the ground, leaking this black substance.
Mhm.
Starts to slowly try and crawl away with one hand, not succeeding very well.
I'm just going to kill the other guy, the other human, and then I'm going to go back to the crawling guy.
He's doing his best to get away, but at this point, much like a bird with its wings clipped, he's not going to get far. His legs are useless, and his arm is useless. He can't get away from you no matter how hard he tries.
Mm-hmm. You want me to roll for killing the guy with lunacy?
He's helpless at this point.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pick up the guy that's crawling. I'll then shift back down to near human, so I don't go batshit insane and kill everything in the area.
Speaking of which, roll me a willpower. Current,
Mhm.
please.
Fuck.
You do not have control of the beast.
Oh no.
This one has insulted you. This thing took your back. It used silver. The beast comes out. No, I'm going to play with this one. You do not shift back to human. You
Mhm.
stay in Krynos.
Mhm.
Oftentimes, people watch the Discovery Channel and Animal Planet. But unbeknownst to people who watch these channels, oftentimes the gore and, shall we say, detailed bits are often left out for rating's sake.
Mhm.
If humans could view Animal Planet and Discovery Channel, or view nature in its real essence, well, let's just say no one would be watching those channels anymore. You have lost control. However, your quarry is here. You will not prowl the nights on a mindless killing rampage because those who you need to kill are here. But you lose control.
Mhm.
You may take a beat for that.
Nice.
You will not find any information out from these men. You will not be able to track them or where they were going. However, they are going to die.
Mhm.
They are going to die kicking and screaming in a horrible, bloody mess. And you will feed. You will actually feed off of their essence. So,
Mhm.
bon appetit, uh, as they say.
He's
And
only gonna feed on the guy that's not human, just in case.
you're aware a little bit of what's going on. Your memory is going to be somewhat faded.
Mhm.
You can't really eat him. He's made of something metal, maybe? He just doesn't taste very good. Nonetheless, you kill him, and the other two you feed on. They are human. They are flesh. The taste brings back memories for you. This is the reward of the kill. This is the reward of the hunt.
Mhm.
And you let out a very almost ear-shattering howl. And with that, we will divert our attention to the Velvet Rose, where Mistress Tatiana thinks for the life of her that she may have just heard a wolf howl. Very bizarre. You haven't known that
For
there aren't any wolves in Gotham.
for reference, how close to my location is this thing going on?
This thing's not very close, so the howl is very loud.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting.
One of your security comes up to you.
Mhm.
Mistress Otto is here to see you.
That will be fine. She will actually get up and go to the entrance of the club to personally greet him, cause I guess he's important.
Well, he's of the same ranking that you are, so
Yeah. So I'll do that.
he comes up to the door. Tatiana, good to see you again.
Mr.
Sorry we
Otto.
had to leave on such negative terms last time.
Well, I guess water under the bridge. So, what will it be? Business or pleasure?
Business for now, maybe pleasure later.
Fair enough. Please follow me upstairs to my office then.
Of course.
And she will lead him up to the office area.
Comes in, stands sturdy as a statue, never moves. You know this routine, though. You've seen it before. When it comes to business for Mr. Odo, he never seems to flinch. Ever.
Would you like to have a seat, perhaps?
Of course. Sits down, firmly, smooth. Once again, sturdy as a rock.
So, how may I help you this fine evening, Mr. Otto?
I wanted to ask you about what did you think about the detective you and I met earlier, previous nights.
Oh, well, I suppose it will depend on whether or not he brings me results.
Oh, I have a feeling he will bring you results. What I want to know is, we both know that he was no mortal.
Yes, I gathered as much. Don't know exactly what he is. I know he's not one of us.
Indeed, he is not one of us. However, that should not be a problem. As far as the Invictus is concerned, only you or I know about this particular incident, at least in the details that we allowed. The rest of the ruling council just see it as another murder, and they quite frankly don't really care, so long as the masquerade is upheld.
Well, I personally care because it happened within my own
Indeed.
place.
It happened within your haven, and it happened within my responsibility. So I care as well. This will be solved sooner or later. But another reason I came here to talk to you was this man who was murdered. What can you
Mhm.
tell me about him?
Well, nothing out of the ordinary. He was a normal young lad, well loved by my employees. He was cheerful, mostly. He would bring them food, and he was really good, close friends with one of my girls. She's on leave at the moment, of course, to process this whole ordeal. There was nothing about him that would, I mean, just a normal, everyday guy. Nothing significant.
Any friends or family? Any enemies?
Not that I know of. It's something we can find out.
Huh, right. And we're both in accord that you and I both witnessed this man as dead, and you and I know what dead is, truly.
Yes. I don't understand this line of questioning, Otto.
Well, I'm not entirely sure I understand it myself, but why don't you explain this to me? He hands you a folder and sets it down on your desk.
She will take the folder, open it, flip through it.
They appear to be pictures taken from a street camera. Gotham has quite a few of them nowadays.
Mhm.
The timing was that of previous night, just after the museum problem, the next night after that.
Mhm.
You see the time was 12:30, and you can see, but no, it can't be. You see Dalton walk out of Gotham National History Museum with a few others, including the detective and a woman that you do not know. You also see him exit with someone you do know besides the detective, a William.
This cannot be. Is. Are we sure this is not some glitch with the cameras? Could this have been another day, perhaps? This
And
doesn't make sense.
in all honesty, I wish it was a glitch. I wish it was a prank. These cameras are state of the art. I made sure of it myself. Helps me keep track of this area.
How
He
could this
he he
be?
he puts one of the photos. He pulls out a little kind of compartment thing, and he takes a small version of the photo, and he points it up to one of your monitor screens, like your security screens or television if you have one.
Mhm.
And the photo gets brought up on a grid-like pattern. If you've seen the movie Blade Runner, and the picture appears on the screen. And Odo looks up at the screen and he says, "Pan right and move down to C4." And you see the flashing of the screen, and it moves and it zooms in. And he says, "Pan and filter, magnify, enhance, distort grain." And as the picture zooms and does all of his commands, you zoom in to the face. It's unmistakable unless someone has very good masking technology or a very, very good professional mask maker. This looks like Dalton. Body
Is,
type, hair,
is his neck visible?
his neck is visible.
Are the bruises from the strangulation visible?
It appears so.
This. How can this be? Even the marks on his neck. Have you seen anything like this before?
I have not.
Do we know where he is?
Trying to find him. He's proving to be very difficult. Last we saw him, he was heading to a sushi bar, it looks like, and we lost track of him when he entered. We haven't
Have you
regained track of him
contacted?
since.
Have you contacted the detective?
Not yet.
This is very strange.
I wanted to
Why did
inform you first.
I mean the detective was there with him? Why didn't he contact me? This is highly suspect. I don't even know if you have found my guard.
Maybe he doesn't even believe it himself. Maybe he just chalked it up to someone who looked like him. Dalton was wearing a scarf that night. It was difficult to see. The only reason we were able to see was because I knew where to look for. If you were to talk the man on the street, you would just see a scarf around his neck. You wouldn't even know.
But he did examine the body, didn't he?
He did.
This makes no sense. And, and how does William fit into this?
I don't know. Apparently, there was an incident at the museum. From the reports here, there was a security breach, a couple people injured, but other than that, there was nothing stolen. There was no real signs of a break in. Apparently, just a small terrorist attack, I guess, with the computers. Someone hacked the system.
Oh, man. Just another Tuesday in Gotham, I suppose. So,
Indeed.
we know the three. Do we know who the woman is?
Looking her up now. Let me see here. Brings up a little PDA. He starts flipping through a bunch of stuff. Says, well, let's see. I think I've seen this face before. Can't quite put my finger on it. Go ahead and get that overlay up. Ah, yes. Carrie LaFont.
What do we know of her?
Well, she's been keeping to herself quite a bit, but we know that she owns a security firm that works with Wayne Enterprises.
Um, Sorry for asking, but regarding William, are you familiar with the specifics of his nature, perhaps?
Otto is often stern as a rock, but you see a little bit of the facade disappear as he raises one eyebrow.
I know he's not human. I don't know what he is.
Ah, I see. No, I do not know what Mr. William McGivens is.
So we have at least two confirmed non-humans. Whatever Dalton is, I don't know. And lady that has a security firm. Hmm.
Checked out her photo with biometrics. She has no heat signature.
Surely, if she was one of ours, we would know, right?
And that's where the real fun part comes in. She's not one of us.
Do you know what she is?
Don't know. I would love to find out, though. It's killing me not knowing. Pardon, that was a pun. It was a bad one.
Well, alive or undead, we can still be killed. So, that's very curious.
Perhaps you should have a word with your detective friend. Maybe a few others. I'll investigate on my end, and if you wish me to talk with them, I will. But this is
That's
your
actually-
this is your domain. You decide where I go from here. But if this problem occurs outside of your domain into mine, then I will deal with it as I see fit.
I don't even know what exactly to ask. This is very strange. The detective should have known about Dalton. This is very strange indeed.
Perhaps he has more things on his mind or something else he is dealing with at the time. Nonetheless, perhaps give him a call or have him call you.
Well, I wish that he would have called me, seeing as this happened, but well, I guess he didn't connect the two.
I have doubled security on for 2 blocks from here. Do you feel that the updated security is adequate?
Well, I'm also updating the security within the club. I would, however, want to have a thorough sweep. I want to check everything, even the air vents. I don't want anything like this to happen again. But I believe it's adequate for now. I'm very grateful for your assistance.
Indeed. And he looks at you and then he says, "Then I will bid you good night and good hunting. Perhaps next time I show up, it can be for pleasure for once." He gives a smile.
I hope so too. Let me escort you out, if you will.
He does so. He
Let's walk.
says, "Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Happy hunting, Tatiana."
And to you as well, Mr. Otto. Have a good evening.
Good evening and stay safe. The streets of Gotham are going through a bit of a change.
Well, good thing I'm not in the streets then. And she'll wink at him and go back to her booth.
Indeed. As you watch him walk off for a moment, very Hollywood esque, he disappears into some fog coming up from the street vents. Obfuscation is a wonderful talent.
Oh boy. Things are getting weird.
One of your one of your one of your female employees comes up and she says, Mistress,
Yes, dear, how may I help you?
Well, I, this is a bit embarrassing. Uh, well, I, I don't want to ask more of your time, but I was really good friends, and well, with what's happened recently, I just don't feel like I want to walk home alone. Could I maybe stay here the night?
Oh dear, that's not a difficult request. Of course, if this is a problem, or I could have some escort for you if you wish.
Whatever's easiest for you, mistress.
Either way, depends on where you feel the safest.
I'd feel safe here with you for a night or two, if that's okay.
Well, to be fair, I'm not staying here during the day. I'm in my own home. And of course, you'd be welcome to stay with me if this is what you need.
Indeed. Have you have you fed tonight? Can I be of service?
It's okay, my dear. I will let you know. Just when you need to go, just ask one of my guards and he will take you home. And I will join you as soon as I can.
Indeed. She kind of embarrassingly gives you a hug.
Yeah, I'll hug her back.
The little voice appears in your head. Oh, so succulent, so young, so vibrant, so full of life and energy. Just, you should taste her.
Do I have to roll?
You're full, so she did offer. Um, Go ahead and roll me willpower with an additional 2 dice because you are at full strength at this point.
Okay. Oh boy. Because I would not want to exploit her trust. Okay, we're good.
You bite down on the beast. It is quelled and slumbers. You continue to console her. She's happy that she's with you, her mistress, someone who has tasted the succubus kiss. But with that, our knight must take us to another who has finished his meal. William, you don't know whether it's been minutes or hours, but you finally come to. You are lying naked in a pool of blood. As for the other two men, well, let's just say some things are better left unsaid. Your vision starts to come into focus, and you see a familiar face standing over you. Oh, my boy, what happened?
William looks very horrified while looking at the blood and the dead bodies on the floor. Shit.
Oh, my boy, my poor boy. You lost control.
I'm, s- I'm sorry. I broke the oath. I broke an oath. What a blunder this night has been.
You indeed broke an oath, my boy. But we all make mistakes. Remember, do you remember one of the most important lessons that I taught you?
Which one? You gave me many.
It is not through victory, that our greatest aspects of character are earned. It is through failure.
I didn't mean to eat them. I just
She
lost
she,
control.
she
Ah,
spits. She spits not at you, but just to the side. She's
mhm.
like, nonsense. These men were these things.
How
These things were not worth the life they had.
how did you even find me?
My boy, I know where you are at all times. You are my son. And
I'm
Rachel does her part.
I'm it's too late for regrets now. I just wish that I didn't lose control so I could have wringed out some just tiny bit of information from them.
Hmm. Yes. Well, perhaps you will find something. Listen to the spirits. Listen to your instincts, and it will guide you to the answer. Nonetheless, my boy, let's get you cleaned up and get you back home.
Yes,
Tell me, have you been doing what Rachel says?
not always, but yes.
Mm. She kind of gives you just a little bit of a smack on the cheek, like not like a full on slap, but just like a little.
Yeah.
She's like, now. She is a very disciplined woman, and she is very well wanting to take care of you, and she loves you. Not as much as me, but close enough. You really should listen to her more.
I I have a question. You've seen that thing in the warehouse, right? What is it? It didn't taste normal.
An abomination of metal and flesh, a sin to the earth.
Every day there's something new in Gotham. Well, something new to me.
That is how the city works, my boy. Nonetheless, come home. Let's get you dressed and out of here. She pulls out a duffel bag and she hands you some clothes.
Hmm.
You feel comfortable when around her, but you feel disgusted. How on earth could you have broken the vow, not only to what you are, but to your mother? And here she is, smiling and happy, not angry at all. You don't deserve this.
William definitely has the look of shame on his face. He didn't mean to eat them. He didn't mean to break the oath of Luna. I am willing to
He,
accept any consequences for breaking it.
she says, there will indeed be consequences from the spirits, my boy, but there will be none from me. These men made their choice when they did the acts that they did. Their spirits will not be missed. However, you did break an oath to Luna, and for that, there will most certainly be recompense. And I cannot help you with that. That is something you will have to face upon your own. But know that you are always loved by me.
Yes.
She, she gives a little smile. She says, go home or go out. Do not care where you go. Just walk mindfully and remember the wisdom that I have taught you. And she, in her typical fashion, when she speaks to you and leaves and enters, she just walks through the wall and disappears.
William suddenly has the urge to go visit that woman that he was thinking about lately.
Perhaps so, in a fit of forgetfulness and the shame that you feel. Oftentimes, when beings are shamed and hurt, they turn to comfort. to counter out the horrible feeling. You know of a place where you can find comfort, a place that you have gone before, a place that you're surprisingly more drawn to now than you've ever been. Is it a true desire, perhaps? No, just nonetheless, there is a woman there that you most certainly would not mind seeing again. So, William may head to the Velvet Rose. Tatiana, you see on your security cameras a familiar face approaching your bar, or club, I should say.
Oh, joy. um, well, I guess I will go downstairs and greet him because I would have to ask him about the museum and I would have to somehow explain a bit of what happened last time because that was not supposed to happen.
Would you make me a wits plus composure, please?
Yes, one sec. With composure. Let's hope it is enough. Okay, three successes.
Okay. You are a child of the night. You're a hunter. And you know blood when you smell it. There has certainly been blood on William's hands this night. Despite his best efforts to clean up, you certainly smell it. William is drenched in the scent. Make me a willpower roll save, please.
I fucking hate you. Oh god. Okay, two successes. I don't hate you.
Oh, your beast comes out and says, "Oh, smell all that blood." And then you tighten your resolve. You shove the beast back down. Nonetheless, it's going to be difficult with the way William smells.
Yeah. Fuck my life. Well, I will approach William towards the entrance and give him a friendly greeting, but not too friendly.
Hmm.
Because things happened apparently when I'm being friendly, so I'll just be polite.
William has this look on his face, like shame, like he's trying to hide it. But the instant he sees you, he's gonna put on his smiling poker face.
Uh, what can I roll to see through his poker face?
It's actually going to be easy because with what the action he just declared, you were
Yeah.
able to catch him before he changed it, so you could tell something's up.
Okay. Oh, how do I want to play this? Uh, okay, fuck. I'm gonna regret this. But so look who found his way back to my club. How are you, William?
Ah, I feel the sudden need to go see you again, and I feel very. He takes a pause. I feel okay. It's a nice night for a visit. No.
She will tilt her head, and have like a look on her face, like I can see through your bullshit. Pretty much, without saying a word.
Mm-hmm. It's just gonna keep the
Perhaps
bullshit.
it is a quite nice evening. Perhaps you'd like to talk about it.
Talk about what?
What a nice evening this is.
Ah, buy me an overpriced drink, and might just take your offer.
I don't need to buy you an overpriced drink. It is my own club. I can just offer you one.
Good enough.
But please, you can come upstairs to my office. It's more quiet. And I have the more overpriced booze up there.
Hmm. So how strong is this temptation thing?
You're just friendly.
Okay, okay.
Well,
The last
it's
one.
it's an addiction, you
Well,
know.
remember, William is not immortal.
Yeah,
He does not suffer the same effect that you
yeah,
would if
that's
you did
true.
immortal. A
Mm,
mortal that is touched by the kiss of the succubus does become obsessed with you. Not on a crazy level, but they want to keep coming back to see you. For William's sense, he is like attracted to you, like he wants to come and see you, but it is not against. It's not. It's nowhere near as strong as a
So
mortal.
it's technically more dangerous for me.
Sort of. Here's the thing, William, like he's not entranced. He doesn't suffer the entranced thing. Like he does have like it for a little bit, but he's not. He doesn't take the condition that all mortals have to take. Because when you give that to a mortal, they're always in that condition for you. Period. Um, but William, on the other hand, is not immortal.
Yeah,
So
but I could become addicted to him if I keep feeding on him, which is a big
that's
no-no. So it's more
that is a
dangerous for
possibility.
me.
That's a possibility for vampires. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
But nonetheless, William, you're friendly to her. You like her. It's not a forced like, but it's just imagine it's like someone who is you really like to be around someone. That's what it's
mhm.
like for her.
Around inside, whatever. Sorry, what?
Anyway, back to role play. Um, well, he will give you a smile and he will go, well, the last time we went there, something regrettable happened.
Let's
Here
say,
you want
well,
to,
in the past. Technically, last time it wasn't the office, it was the booth. That's why she's not taking you to the booth. It looks more business-like and not more like. Mm.
he's just gonna smile and shake his head. Uh, well, if that's where you want, then just hope we don't do something we regret.
Can we not talk about this in here, please? Just follow me.
He
Well,
will
in
do
his
so.
own way. In any case, you will lead him upstairs and fill a glass of overpriced bourbon, or whiskey, whatever.
hmm
What does he drink usually?
Well, he drinks vodka.
Well, yeah, I don't keep uh, peasant drinks in the office.
What the fuck?
Ouch.
uh,
That
uh,
was out of character, by the way.
yeah, he will drink anything.
Well, okay, then he'll get really good whiskey then.
hmm
The good stuff. And she will sit on her office chair because she's trying to appear, professional and businesslike and not like a hoe.
Uh, Tatiana.
Yeah.
Oh, this one has come back. Oh, do you remember the last time? Blood was so good. Come on, just a little taste. You can smell all that blood on him. It's not even his, but his blood would be so good. Imagine if it was mingled. Do it.
Do I need to roll again?
Um,
I mean, come
no,
on.
no.
Oh god. This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be so
Uh,
hard. Anyway.
William is just there, swirling the drink and like trying to sniff it, not sniff it, like smell it to help him
William,
forget about the thing.
William,
Well,
take a sip. It's warm, revigorates the body. It helps. Not a lot, but it helps.
Hmm.
well, let's get one thing out of the way. Um, well, what happened last time is not very typical, you understand. It was, let's say, a moment of weakness. It was a pretty exhausting and stressful evening for me.
William,
So,
Hmm.
indeed, you were weak. She was the problem. She was the cause of your weakness. You should kill this one and devour it. Eliminate it from your path.
William is gonna shake his head and is going to try and down the whole drink.
Or maybe then the voice just fades.
Hmm.
maybe you should slow down.
It's fine, Tatiana. I understand, especially knowing what you are.
Oh, so you know what I am then. And what might that be?
Hmm. You are a vampire. Is that not it?
Kindred, we prefer to call it. But it seems that you have me at a disadvantage since I don't know what you are. What I do
Like,
know, however, is that you're covered in blood, not your blood.
he's going to smile like a very wry smile. Uh, I did something regrettable tonight, and alas,
Would you like to talk about it?
it would be best not to. It might sour the evening, or is the scent too strong?
Oh, believe me, the evening has been soured already, regardless of your actions.
Why is that?
Not because of you. Let's just have some interesting news. Weirdly enough, they do involve you as well.
Oh, do tell. He's gonna look you in the eye now as you say that.
Well, I heard there was an incident at the museum, one that you were somewhat involved.
The instant you say museum, he starts to relax a bit, but he's still staring into your eyes.
There was another there with you, an associate of mine, and also someone that should not have been there. And yet there he was.
And who might this associate be?
Detective Zilek.
The detective.
You see, the reason I know about that is because the other man that was with you, well, I don't know how to put this, but he's not supposed to be alive. He was murdered a few nights ago.
He's gonna like give you a glare and explain.
He was found hung inside my backstage prop closet by one of my girls. He was friends with one other. Mr. Zilek was here to investigate the incident. And yet, there he is, alive and well, in the museum, along with Mr. Zilek. What am I to believe? So, do
It
you have
is.
any insights for me, perhaps?
Well, I don't really know them that well. To be fair, I don't really know them. I just wanted to think, you see. So I went there to that lovely, lovely museum.
Well, regardless of what happened there, which I'm not really aware, just know it was some terrorist hacking attack, whatever. What I know is that the last place where Dalton was seen was a sushi restaurant where he went with you and with Detective Zillick. Do you know where he went after that? Or anything at all?
What are you planning on doing to this boy, to this man, if I ever tell you?
I plan to find out what happened.
He seems to be in a very high stress um, thing at the moment. He is very,
Well, I would think so. I mean, I don't know how he's alive, but I know that he was not. And of that I'm certain. I was there.
could your kind have turned him.
No, this is not how this works.
Hmm. You will do no harm to him.
Why would you think that I would want to harm him? I was quite fond of him while he was alive. Why would I want to harm him? I don't want to harm him. I want to help him. I want to find out what happened. I want to make sure it doesn't happen again.
You don't need to worry. He's in very good hands.
That doesn't answer any of the questions, though.
We made sure that he's taken care of.
Who made sure?
We. He's gonna smile.
And who is we?
Fine fisherman of the sea.
You are not making much sense.
This is very fun. uh,
Okay, let's employ some tactics here, because that's a hard nut to crack. So let's see, how do I want to play this? Hmm. Do you want to do this the easy way or the hard way?
God damn it. Uh, I can give you a hint without making it all fucking
Easy way or hard way?
easy way. Screw you.
Then, okay, if the easy way doesn't work,
Yes.
you have to employ the more effective measure. So
hmm
I'm gonna roll a persuasion. um, and I do have a specialty there.
What do I roll against it? Empathy?
I don't know, but let me
Empathy.
roll this first. 5, 3.
Empathy and composure, maybe?
Oh, oh, oh dear. This is gonna be hard. I don't know, Brandon should tell you.
Oof, fuck my life. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat that. Oof. Well, I'm not even
Brandon.
gonna roll. I'm not gonna roll. I'm not gonna beat that.
You gotta. You actually, it's I forgot. You have to actually subtract from his defense. I think. Um. So what is he?
Hmm.
What are you rolling against?
I don't know. I'm trying to persuade him to tell me stuff.
Okay. So
And I do specialize in the
yes,
persuasion
I
part.
know. I know. William, roll me wits plus empathy.
Mhm. Okay. I'm not gonna beat that, man.
Either way, that'll roll.
Yep, I got a
Wow.
3.
Still not bad.
Yeah.
So you're kind of able to BS your way around, but eventually, Tatiana, you succeed. So go ahead and
Mhm.
continue.
Well, I have to make sure it's not just about Dalton, it's about everyone else in here. The sooner we resolve this investigation, let's say, the easier I will sleep. My guards
Well,
are terrified.
if you're really hell bent on trying to find him, I myself cannot tell you anything, but someone can. Just go to a shop called the Trident Splendor in Little Tokyo.
Question, you can't tell me. Could you then write it down, perhaps?
It's not that I don't want to, it's that I am ignorant.
Interesting. And who might know in that case?
Just go to the shop in Little Tokyo. She will tell you everything you need to know if she wants you to know.
Who is she?
The mother.
See, you're being very cryptic, William. Very cryptic. And by nature, I can't be very trusting, especially people of whom I don't know who or what they are. And make
She
no
will
mistake, us having a tumble doesn't mean that we know each other nor that we have trust. Believe me when I say that
trust
in the
this.
presence of other people, I do fully expect you to address me properly.
And William,
Trust
are you talking about your real mom or your foster mom?
the foster mom. Because she's the one
Okay.
who knows, though. Yeah.
Okay. Do you say her name?
Uh, no, I'm just gonna call her the wolf mother. No, not the
Okay.
wolf mother, the mother.
Okay.
Everything you need to know is there. It's just, you see, I've been taught not never to share anyone's name unless they are themselves the one sharing it. A lot of things tend to happen when people know everything. Your names, your
Let me ask you one
the
thing.
precaution.
Do you honestly expect me to walk into a place that I don't know about based on incomplete information?
If you want, I will accompany you, so I swear on the moon that nothing will happen to your body, your vessel. Nothing, nothing at all.
This is an interesting way of putting it.
I take
But I'm
that
not
down.
just a vessel.
I swear nothing will happen to you.
Well, you will be accompanying me there. Just for reassurance.
Tatiana, roll a willpower.
Fuck. Ugh, why? Why? I'm not hungry. I'm fine. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Guys, gather with me today.
You, the beast starts to speak. Oh, the blood would be so good. But you are Mistress Tatiana, and you will not be bullied by this hunger. You shove it down hard.
So, as I was saying, you will be accompanying me, as will my two guards. I'll go nowhere without them.
Uh, suit yourself. Shall we leave now, while the night is still young?
If you wish, let me give them a call. As who will pick the intercom on the phone table and ask for her two personal cards, Mr. Sermon and Mr. May. Because we named them.
All right. You take the guards. You proceed on to the place he's instructed you about. The night is cold and dark, but nothing out of the ordinary. Nonetheless, you proceed on to an unknown venture. And for this particular session, we will end it. However, this scene is not done yet. But thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Gotham by Night. Have a good one.